This project uses two outstanding archival resources to support oral histories, conversations, and comments that will be gathered during the next year from current and past Paoli residents. The first resource is an archive of over 600 pictures shot in Paoli by Peter Stackpole for a 1947 Life magazine photo essay. These pictures will serve as conversation starters and visual support for topics covered in this project. Adding a generational depth to the present-day interviews will be audio snippets from a collection of 35 oral histories about Paoli, gathered from 1987 to 1989 by the Indiana University Center for the Study of History and Memory.
Saturday night, they'd line up around the square, didn't have no park meters, and just sit and watch people go by. My wife's sister lived out in the country, and her and her husband would come to town, and he wanted to loaf around, and so she'd come in here and sit and talk to my wife. And I'd have to tell them I was going home at 10 o'clock, or they'd stayed until midnight, I reckon.
I've become a part of a multi-generational conversation started the past few years via the social websites of We're From Paoli IN and Historic Paoli, Indiana. I've discovered I share a common condition with folks from my hometown: nostalgia. Nostalgia is defined as a wistful affection and sentimental longing for the past, a time and place with happy personal associations. It is this irrecoverable condition of homesickness, shared and gladly suffered by my fellow townsfolks, that I intend to anxiously explore in this project. In 1947, when Peter Stackpole followed Paoli's newspaper editor and reporter for a full week as they gathered news items, Paoli came to represent a typical rural American small town. 21 photos were printed on 8 pages of the December 22, 1947 edition of Life magazine. These photos gave a glimpse of what a typical news week looked like in our thriving little small town during post-war America. The week he was in Paoli in late November of 1947, Peter Stackpole took over 600 pictures. The entire collection of Stackpole's photos is available online. These photos, now being shared on social media by my fellow nostalgia sufferers from Paoli, show our relatives and the ancestors of our friends engaging in activities around our bustling town square. In the days before interstate highways, Paoli was a hub for travelers crossing Indiana in all directions. In addition to being an east-west thoroughfare where U.S. Highways 56 and 150 converge, taking travelers to St. Louis and beyond from Louisville and Cincinnati, Paoli was also on the western route of the Dixie Highway going from Chicago to Florida. This was a time when people lived where they worked and did all their business in the local stores and shops. Every Saturday, townspeople flocked to the downtown square to do the weekly trading and socializing. Cars were often double-parked on the square surrounding the iconic 1850 courthouse. No one worried about getting pinned in by the car parked behind because the keys were left in the ignition. The main form of amusement around the square was talking with friends and neighbors, and most people will tell you that the stories and tall tales told were good entertainment.
In a small town, you know about everybody in town. You have more time to know each other better.
This is a storytelling project that will utilize archival resources along with 21st century social media and technology to give voice to Paoli citizens near and far, past and present, to convey the unique story of our hometown.